take a moment and click the subscribe button.
What's up, fellas? Total Guy here. So, I heard you got an interview coming. Heard you don't know what to say. I heard you've been looking up different videos and Googling different types of questions on how to answer things and go about an interview. I get it. I've been there. I've done it. I understand the anxiety, the stress. You don't know what to engage in or how to react when going to this interview. Or maybe it's a life career change, but we're going to get you guys on track. So I'm going to keep this video raw and uncut. I'm not going to stop it just because I said or there's going to be blanks. Let's get you guys so that way you're able to smash your next interview. So, fellas, before you guys go to your interview, make sure you have a gray suit, navy blue suit, black suit, or a tan suit. Them are the prime main 4 colors you need when going into any interview. You want to keep yourself punctual. You want to let them know that you're prepared and you're ready to go in and do the job at hand. As you walk in, you also want to make sure you guys have a suitcase, a briefcase. Have the briefcase so that way when you slide your resume out, it shows that you are very punctual. If you guys do not have these essentials, go back to the basic of what you need in your closet video so that way you guys can grab the essential before you guys go into an interview. Now, as you walk into the building, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to look for the person who's in charge so that way they can point you in the HR direction. As you meet the lady or the sir, address them by Mr. or Mrs. and their last name. Shake their hand, not too firm, and greet them with a smile. And say, thank you for interviewing me. As you walk into the room, don't sit down until they say you're able to be seated. That shows proper etiquette. And that shows that you are able to listen if they was to give you a task on the job. Now, as you sit down, they're probably going to ask you, tell me a little bit something about your day. How's your day going? And give them something to talk about. Make your experience and your conversation memorable. So that way they can form an expression and an opinion of who you are by the first thing that says in your mouth. Best thing. Then they're going to go down. Now remember, you guys, each company is different, but they all care about the main 3 things. 1, they want to see if you're able to do the job. 2, they want to see if you're able to work in a team or individual. And 3, they want to know why they should hire you over the million other applicants that they have. If you can get past those main 3 things, you most likely will get the job. Now, when you guys are boiling down, they're going to ask you certain questions such as, tell me a little bit about yourself. You're going to go through your resume. Make sure your experience and your education matches about who you are. You want to give them detailed bullet points so that way they have this resume in their head about who you are and what you can be and how you can be valuable to the team. Then they're going to ask you scenario questions. Don't be alarmed, you guys. Scenario questions are fun. That's where you are able to bring your creativeness to the job. They're going to ask you questions on how would you overcome this? What would you do to complete this? Things like that. Now, when you are answering the question, all they are looking for is the problem and how you went about coming up with the solution. The problem and the solution. So whatever story that you're going to say, make sure it has a problem and a solution, a beginning and an end. That's what they're looking for. You're also going to get questions like, well, tell me about your strengths and your weaknesses. The strengths, easy. Tell them about yourself. What are you good at? What's on your resume that you're good at that you can bring to this job, right? Your weaknesses stumps everybody. So instead of saying my weaknesses are or taking a pause, go to them and tell them, look, I can improve in this area. And don't lie because they can figure it out if you do get the job. Just tell them what you can improve in. I can improve in, speaking up. I can improve in working better with other individuals. I can improve in learning this new system that you have, which I can take time to do it. They want to know how you can improve in it and what you're going to do to improve in it. That's your answer. How you can improve in it and what you're going to do to improve in it. Now, you're going to get in certain situations where you might go into an interview and you don't know what to say. Maybe you don't have the experience to say it. Whatever questions they are asking you, make sure you tailor your experience to the job at hand. That's what the research is for before you guys are going in. For instance, if your whole resume is marketing and you're going in for a customer service job, Tailor everything that you're done to customer service. Make sure that everything that you are saying is how you interacted with a customer service rep or a client or a business or a consumer. Everything that all your answers has to relate to a customer service job. All your answers has to relate to a construction job. They all have to resonate to a leadership job. Make sure you're using those key words that they have given you in the job description so that way you could tailor it to your job. If you don't have the experience, don't lie. Tell them, use personal life situations that happen within your life and tell them how you went about creating a solution for that. You don't want to lie. That's the worst thing, because if they catch you, you're never going to get the job. It sucks. I know. Now when you go into the office, there are different ways in which interview is conducted. You might have a group interview, which I love. A lot of people don't, but I love it. Where there's going to be about 4 or more people in the interview with you. What they are looking for is if you can work well with the team. That's what they're looking for. So you're always going to get that one person that's the know-it-all. They're going to raise their hand for every single question. You don't want to be that guy. Don't be that guy. They're looking for a team effort. So as that guy is doing that, this is what you do. You piggyback off of what everybody else is saying and come up with a solution by saying, as an example, hey, yeah, I know Ben mentioned this and Sarah mentioned this, but what happens if we can actually put them together and then form your answer within their answers? That shows collaboration, that shows teamwork, and that shows you're there for the company, you're there for the team. That's what they're looking for. There's going to be situations where you guys go into an interview and there's 4 or 5 people interviewing just you. I know. Your anxiety goes up. You're scared. You're nervous. Everything that you looked up or researched goes out the window. I get it, because I've been there. But I love it because it's a challenge. So what you're going to do is only focus on the person that's asking you the questions. It's that one-on-one. Make it as a one-on-one. Forget everybody else in the room. They're just there to observe. They're looking at your body language, how you react, and if you're nervous and if you're lying. That's what they're there for. You don't have to worry about them. Yes, they're all going to introduce themselves, but don't worry about them. Worry about the person that's in front of you. That's how you're going to get throughout that interview so that way you can actually get the job. And there's going to be multiple different ways where you got to take multiple different interviews, because you got to interview with the same boss or a boss above the boss or a boss above the boss. Just say the same thing. They just want to get to know you. Also, when you guys are in the interview, if it's a one-on-one or if it's a group, look around the room. See what you can make a conversation of. If you notice that they're football fans, talk football within the interview. That allows them to understand, okay, I like this guy. He knows football. And so when I present it to my boss, I can be like, that's the football guy. They want you to have something that they can remember you as. Find that common ground, you guys. And as you leave the interview, what you're going to do, say thank you. Thank you for interviewing me. Try to make something of a small talk conversation so that way they remember you going out when you leave the situation. That's the best thing, because they go through a lot of these. They want to know what you can bring that makes yourself stand out differently than what everybody else is doing. Use these tips and tricks. And as you leave home, feel comfortable in what you've done. And then in about a day or 2, write them an interview saying how thankful you are. And don't forget to leave in that small conversation in which y'all have, so that way they can say, oh yes, I remember you. And your interview was amazing. You made me laugh. You made this impression. I'm definitely going to forward your stuff to my boss. And when it's all said and done, you guys, if you get the job, it's great. If you didn't get the job, don't worry. That's just because that job wasn't meant for you. And that's fine. You could have crushed the interview, but they just had somebody else that had one more specific thing that you didn't have. It's fine. Go out and do the same thing. And once you get that job, you're going to appreciate why you was hired at that job, because they cared about you and they wanted you. And that's how you smash an interview, you guys. Total Guy.